Hi everybody, my name is Mandy. I'm a pro makeup artist with over 20 years of experience, and today I want to share with you guys what I keep in my pro kit. So everybody who does makeup professionally likes to keep their kit a certain way, and I'm no different. So this has been kind of trial and error for me for the past 20 years of products that I love and I always come back to new products that I really like, and also kit building and how I like to depot products, how I store them, what I think is important in a kit, what I think you could leave out, and also how my kit for bridal and private clients differs from the type of kit that I would take with me on set. So I hope you enjoy this video and stay tuned for more. I plan to do a lot of filming this year and next year, so just stay with me and hopefully you'll get a lot of good education out of the material that I'm going to share with you. So thank you for watching. So this is my professional kit. It's a backpack, and right now it's folded open, and I can close it and zip it up. There's a couple of pockets on the top, and this is it opened up. You can see the size, and I'll show you exactly how I close it up. This flap comes down like this. All of those pencils or whatever you would put in here become protected, and that closes down like that. This also has another open pocket here. Right now I've just got a thing of lashes and some towels in there, but you can fit, I typically will fit my brushes, my brush bag in there. There's also another side pocket here that can open, and a little pocket in the very front that can also open, which I don't have anything in. So this is my kit. Like I said, it opens up. You've even got a little side pocket in here that apparently I have a nail file in, even though I have another nail file in here somewhere. Oh no, that is my only nail file. So I have a nail file in there. And then it has all of my main products in here that we will go through shortly. So this is it all closed up. And this is it on its side here. You can see the depth of the sides. You can also put stuff in this side, and then as well as this side, you can put something in there too. Then also in the back, where the backpack handles are, I keep a pop-up trash can, and I also keep a full mirror here. So the mirror goes in the back, trash can goes in the back there, and then the straps there. I also have a rolling bag by this same brand. The brand is Relavel, and the rolling bag for me, it's pretty big. I will take it on set with me if I need to kind of pack a more in-depth kit, but this is what I would take for bridal clients and for private clients. So now we will go through the bag here together. Okay, so we've got my kit here, and I'm going to show you guys what's all in it. The flap here opens up, and this is where I like to keep pencils, lip pencils, eye pencils, mascara. I like to keep some tools here like my tweezers, lash glue, little scissors. I keep a few concealers here. They're just a little too long to fit in the other thing that I keep my concealers in, so they're just in here. And then I also have a little brow trimmer, little razor there. Okay, so into the meat and potatoes of my kit. This whole little section here is all my foundations and some of my concealers that I've depotted. My newest addition to the kit is this Kryolan Digital Complexion Cream Palette. It's honestly kind of interesting. The texture is interesting. I think I will probably use this on corporate and commercial clients because it's pretty, even though it's a cream and we always are thinking cream is going to be really thick and full coverage, it's actually very sheer. If you've ever played around with that really that very silica-based powders, and they're very like slippery, that's sort of how this is, and it's like a cream but with that texture to it. So it's very, very sheer. Even though it looks like it's thick, it's a very sheer, and the finish is just undetectable. So I think this will be really good on men, people who don't need a lot of makeup, maybe my teen clients. So we're gonna play with that. I haven't played with it much yet, so we'll be reporting back on that. In the front here, I'm gonna just go through pulling things out as easy as I can. These are some of my liquid concealers. The ones I really like are the Shape Tape, the MAC Pro Longwear. This is what I use on pretty much anybody's eye area. Works great on so many different people. And I have this super random brand from Amazon, and I love the foundation too. I keep a couple colors of the foundation in my kit. The brand is Farah. This is actually the concealer that I like to wear on myself as well, so I have my own. It's a very hydrating silicone base, but kind of medium to full coverage concealer. It looks beautiful on the skin. You only need a tiny bit. I have a couple other colors here. So this is my little concealer plastic little bin that I like to keep my liquid concealers in, and it just tucks in right there. Next, I have my foundation little plastic container full of my foundations. I'm not going to pull the whole thing out, but I'll kind of go through what I've got in here, the types of foundations that I carry and why. I have technically 3 different types of foundations in here, plus the e.l.f. Halo Glow for under foundation. This is also, I use it on even like collarbone for shine, but it's really pretty for my bridal clients and private clients who want to have that really kind of glowing from within look. I use it kind of in place of a primer. And then I carry the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. This is a great foundation that if you don't want it to really look detectable on the skin, I like it on my older clients. And men, I like it pretty much on anybody. If you have good skin, it's really pretty. If you don't have great skin, it can be pretty too, but you might have to use some more concealing and stuff. I just have other foundation that I like better if somebody wants a little bit fuller coverage. That's just more of a, I'd say sheer to medium, more water-based type of foundation. It just looks really great on men. Looks like nothing's on the skin. It's super pretty. My next up is the Face Atelier Ultra Foundation. This is probably my holy grail foundation, and I'm honestly too cheap to buy it to use on myself, even though I love it. It's beautiful. It's silicone-based foundation with a little bit more of like a grip to it than, say, something like Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which is also a really pretty silicone-based foundation. I like that. It's more of a medium coverage, and it's so beautiful on the skin. It's like, it glows. It doesn't have any shimmer in it, but it's got that really nice silicone base for that glow. And then I also have quite a few of the corrector colors in that same brown. Olive. I have pink. You would be surprised at how often pink comes out, especially if I'm using, say, like my lightest shade plus a white plus a pink for those very light pink undertone girls who the foundation color would lean too yellow on them otherwise. So that's the other foundation. And then I have that brand, that Farah, where I showed you in the concealer. This is a medium to full coverage liquid foundation. And it is, I think it's a silicone-based emulsion. It feels like that to me, but almost like in the way that like Revlon Color Stay kind of feels a little bit. Very nice full coverage that has a skin finish to it. It doesn't look artificial. I don't know how to describe it. It's a good, nice coverage. I love it. I wear it on myself a lot. It's very pretty. The foundation I actually have on myself today is kind of random. It is the Dermablend Leg and Body Makeup. It's beautiful on the face, so don't sleep on that one. I freaking love it. I have a whole bunch of these little palettes that I've made, plus one that I haven't made. This is MAC Pro very waxy, almost like a lipstick texture. It looks almost like nothing on the skin if you're just doing a little bit of color correction. I have a few others. Mix of Krylon RCMA Ben Nye. This one is definitely the Krylon. These are the Dermacolor. Maybe a mix of Dermacolor and Supercolor. This is probably Ben Nye and Supercolor. These are MAC and some Ben Nye and some other random brands of deeper tones and color correcting. And then this is a palette of Mayron cream foundation. It's beautiful on the skin. It's very emollient. It looks, you can sheer it way out or you can build up the coverage. It's really pretty. But I keep that in there. Sometimes you just need a cream foundation. Plus I'm old school. I've always liked a cream foundation. So that all fits in there like that. The next up we have eye products. These are brow pomades. They are off of Amazon. They're kind of like the Anastasia ones. I have 6 colors. I probably could get away with only carrying like 3, but I've got 6 of them in there, so don't kill me. Okay, next step is I need to figure out a different way to organize this because right now I'm not loving it, but I just don't have another bag for some of these things. So in here, mostly is lip products. This is where I keep my lip palette. This is the one that I have. It's probably the one that I use the most. It's got all my nudes, my nude pinks. I don't really have bright pinks in here, maybe like 1 or 2, and then a couple of reds. This is my reds and pinks palette. Most of this is the Ben Nye red lipstick palette plus a bunch of my pinks that I just had kind of on hand. And then I have 2 of these little tiny ones. When I'm on set and I've only got my brush belt and have to be like on set touching up and I can't bring this all with me, I keep my brush belt and I keep a couple of these small view set lip palettes in here. One of these actually has some glosses as well as lip colors. This has a lot of nude and pink lip tones in it. So I can just put both of these in my brush belt instead of having to carry like a big thing like this with me. And then I only have a few little glosses in here, a clear gloss, a couple of e.l.f. lip oils, and a Fenty gloss. So that's my lip bag. In addition to in the lip bag, I have e.l.f. Brow Lift, and I have 2 Inglot brow liner colors, a brown and a black. And then I have Inglot Duraline for when those Inglot brow liner colors dry out. Plus this will like reconstitute any pomade. So if any of these brow pomades were to dry out, it'll also bring that back to life. Okay. And I'm drinking my Zero Michelob Ultra. I don't like to drink much anymore. Okay, moving on. I have 3 of the Makeup Forever Skin Essentials palettes. These are really good for lip, for contour, for foundation. I know I have duplicative stuff in here, which is I fight with myself over this all the time, but I could probably get away with just keeping those and not having really any of these other cream foundations in here, but I like both because they're different textures and I'm a crazy person. So I keep them all in there. I have the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Universal. This is really matte, actually. I've been using it on myself a little bit. I'm oily, so I've been testing it out more on myself, and I honestly, for hours and hours and hours, was still matte on my forehead using that. So I'm playing with it. I'm not really a primer person, but we're giving it a shot, and I'm seeing if it really helps my oily clients. I have 3 of the Ambient Light palettes by Hourglass. So this is the lighter one. This I think is the darker one. Excuse me. And this is the medium one. So I keep all 3 of these. I use them a lot. Even like the darker one, you can use it as eyeshadow. I mean, you can really use any of them however you want to because they're all beautiful, but the darker one as eyeshadow is really pretty. I have a couple of these Artist Kit Company little stacking jars. These have mostly old school MAC pigments in them. I worked for MAC a long time ago and I hoarded their pigment. So I have quite a few still, but the ones that I use the most, I keep them in here. They'll last you forever. This is a little stack, same Artist Kit Co. loose powders. I have a Korean Beauty oil blotting one. I have Huda Beauty pink one, RCMA no color, and Laura Mercier loose in the translucent and in the dark. The Temp 2 color wheel. This is, we're still playing with it. It's very, very, very silicone based. So even though those look like bright colors, it's super, super sheer. It very much reminds me of the texture of the Kryolan digital complexion palette. So this is something we're also playing with. Silicones are different. When something's very silicone heavy, they get a little weird to play with. So we're trying it out. Dermacolor fixing powder. This is the powder that I actually have on right now. I absolutely love it. I've been really liking it on my clients for setting their makeup, but also just giving them like a skin-like finish, which is kind of hard to get. Some stuff just ends up becoming really matte. So that for a loose powder that's just a universal color, it's more of a skin-like kind of sheen, but matte, but not so matte and heavy that you're just flattening your whole face out. It actually like looks like you have life in the skin. The Dior Backstage Universal, let's see, 001 Universal Glow Palette. This is, I could do everybody's makeup with this palette. It's so pretty. I have one Artist Kit Co. palette of cool tone mattes. This is for people who need plums, blues, grays. I have another Artist Kit Co. palette of my most used bronzers. Two of these are Sephora brand. This one is Tarte. I have a palette of blushes. Some of these are Ben Nye. Some of these are, honestly, I think it's some random brand that I bought. I don't actually know. And that one's stuck. So we're just gonna leave that. But a few natural Ben Nye blush colors, some more pinky corals, and then a brighter coral. And I use this actually quite a bit. And then we're getting into all the palettes that I recently just repotted. This is my All Shimmers palette. The bottom are mostly ColourPop, and the top are Viseart. And this one is the only one that's not shimmer, but it's such a bright, pretty purple. I had to stick it in there. So that's in there. All my shimmers and even some glitters. This is my main light mattes, light and some medium mattes, and then all my brow colors are in here. Those are all Viseart, I think, except for a couple maybe NARS colors. These are a lot of my warm and dark mattes for Viseart. A couple NARS colors. I know I have kind of duplicative colors in here, but that's just how my brain works, and I like to keep it like that. I have a lot of other palettes, like really brightly colored palettes, and some other like brightly colored shimmer products and stuff too that aren't living in my kit all the time. So I have a whole other kit for doing that kind of work where I need bright paints and like more special effects type of stuff. This is just my everyday kit. These are all my powders. These are mainly Graftobian and also the By Terry Hydro Powders. So the Graftobian ones are more of a powder foundation, and the By Terry ones are more of a setting powder. Both super matte. So I use those a lot, but if I'm just in a pinch and I'm setting somebody who doesn't need a lot of coverage, I'm using the Dermacolor loose powder. Or the Laura Mercier powder, that's another really good one. Blush, powder blush, and bronzer contour palette. I have everything from super light and shimmery to bright pink, red, and then a lot of neutral blush colors, as well as bronzer colors, and contour colors. So that is all I would ever need in that palette. And then I have disposables. In here are just some powder puffs, Artist Kit Co. powder puff, and then a few little kind of no-name brand puffs. And then this is how I store my disposables for lip wands, mascara wands, small Q-tips, regular Q-tips, and some of this woven, like they call them SD wipes. Those are in there. And that is pretty much the extent of my kit as far as this, like the main kit. I also carry stuff on the side and another little bag that is all of my skincare, my setting sprays and finishing sprays. And I'm trying to get this all back in here. It's like once you put your kit away once, it never goes back the same way again. Oh, I think I missed something in here. The afternoon tea palette. This is the Coke frozen chocolate one. I have to reset them in there. It's a very light, cool contouring slash bronzing palette that I use on my very fair girls. It's very, very pretty. Putting all this stuff back in here. Actually, I think these go in here like that and like that. I swear, trying to put your kit back after pulling it all out is like really hard. I just want to get most of this back in here so I can show you guys the rest of what I've got going on. And that powder is getting all over me. Okay, so digital complexion there. Vanessa Myrex, you'll fit in there somewhere. And then you're gonna go in there like that. All my eye products going back into this bag that also has lip in it. That's what I was saying. I need to figure out a different way to store the eye products, which I just probably will have to get another bag like that. Okay, so this is my main kit, and I will zip her up. And we're gonna put it back down here on the float. Okay, so then we're moving on to what I keep in this kind of side bag. And I'm not gonna go through this as in-depth. This is just lashes. This is some of my skincare and also things like my pencil sharpener that I keep in a bag, alcohol, Bioderma. I have a lash curler in here. I have Aquaphor for the lip. I have eye cream. I have color correctors. So I've got a blue, I've got a green. I have all of that in here. So this is kind of just like the skincare and anything that's in a bottle that's kind of liquidy, stuff that I'm not reaching for the entire makeup procedure, just stuff that I would need before and after. I have makeup wipes in here. I also usually keep Purell wipes, but I think I ran out. I have Kryolan fixing spray, setting spray. Kryolan Dermacolor setting spray. This is for, it's really good in addition, like, it sets Dermacolor specifically, but it's also just a really good setting spray for the face. It doesn't have the really strong alcohol taste that this one does. This is the Powder Melt One Size setting spray. Really good to knock down the powder look on the skin. You can also use it beforehand. I'm gonna repot this because this is like a massive bottle. It's Kryolan Micellar Water. Normally I use Bioderma, but we're trying this on for size. I have a light that attaches to my phone. I have exfoliating pads by Elemis. I have mints, and I have a fan. So this fan comes in so handy. I use it all the time. My clients who are hot and sweaty or trying to dry their skin after using setting sprays, you name it. So that's that. And these two can go down here. Next up is my brushes. So this brush bag is by Artist Kit Co. Shout out Van out in NYC, doing the most for all of us little plebes out here. So the Artist Kitco brush palette is, brush palette, oh my God, this is my brain at night. The Artist Kitco brush bag holds a shit ton of brushes. I have literally all of my brushes in here that I would ever need, and I just washed them, so some of them are still damp, which I should probably leave those out so they don't get gross. But this bag, it holds so much, and it folds up like that, and you just zip her up, and it's got a little hook here so you can attach it how you want. This fits in that outer pocket of my main backpack bag, so I don't have to like attach it to anything. I just shove it in there. This is a bag that I bring on set with me if I'm doing, say, a commercial shoot or something. I have body tape, oil absorbing sheets. I have a manicure set here. So this has everything somebody would need for doing their nails. You would be surprised. I'm gonna do another video on what to expect when you're on set, coming from a model's point of view or also from the makeup artist's point of view, and how to like prepare yourself for being on set, because there's a lot of stuff that they don't really tell you that is really important for if you're on camera. I keep nail tips in here in case somebody's got some busted ass nails. I also keep a nail set that has a few nude colors. It has some, there's like a little tin in here that has nail polish remover. And then I've also got nail glue, a couple little nail files. I have a tiny little lint roller. I have acid, Pepsid. I have ibuprofen in here. So Pepsid, ibuprofen, spray sunscreen, makeup wipes, and then these under eye little pads. And it's so funny, I love to give these to my men, and they just feel so bougie. And then I have some little adhesive nail tabs for if I need to do those nail tips on somebody, but I also have nail glue. So that's pretty much it for my little lifesaver bag, mainly for on-set work, because when you're on set, you have to really have everything. You have to have all the things that nobody's thinking of. And I haven't even gone through with you guys what I keep in my hair kit, because my hair kit also has so much different stuff that I would use for weddings versus for a photo shoot or a corporate shoot. So I hope you really enjoyed this video and you enjoyed learning about all of the stuff that I keep in my kit. Makeup artistry is just the love of my life, and I love it so much. And I want to share my knowledge with you all and show you what I keep in my kit, why I keep it in there. And I hope you enjoyed this little kit tour, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Bye.